So Trinity issue 1 was the big new release of the week. Francis Manapul both on writing and art.
Yeah,
Hence
just
why,
everything.
yeah,
Yeah.
hence why it's once a month, because the man can't,
Uh,
do it any quicker.
I'd take it once every 3 months if it looks this gorgeous.
yeah.
It is very pretty. It's a very, very pretty book. And of course, remember, guys, that when we're talking about each book, there will be Stephanie Browns abound. So
Doesn't get funnier the more you do that joke.
It,
I'm
do,
going to
it
do it
does
every
to me,
week.
Connor. Speak for yourself.
It's going to be my thing now.
Yeah, it's gonna leach into my life where I'll be talking to my boss. I'm like, no Stephanie's on this. She look at me weird. So I already can tell.
And if this
But-
happens to be your first episode of Comics from the Multiverse, I simply mean spoilers.
Yep.
So, Trinity issue 1 is gorgeous. That is, first and foremost, it is, fantastic double page spreads, fantastic. It's one of those books where there's there's like a panel where Clark, Diana, and Bruce are just like leaning against a fence out in the farm,
Yep.
and it's just like this. You can see it in a movie in your head as you're looking at it, like this gorgeous shot of the sun setting, and
And there's all these fantastic layouts.
yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, for as still as the art is, it does feel so cinematic with the way that Manapul frames things, and that's just bar for everything I've ever seen from him.
It's funny because you can relate the comic art and the way the panels flow a lot like a movie. You can compare it to cinematography, and like you say, this is very cinematic. This is very. I'm trying to think of a movie like Gone with the Wind, where it's all static shots, but everything's like a painting, where it just looks gorgeous, and it lets the action play out within it. Whereas some artist styles, it's more like, there's a lot of motion, and it feels like even though it's still static panels, it feels like the camera's moving. If that makes sense.
Yeah, well, like Giandomenico in Flash.
Yeah.
I feel his art's energetic like that. Whereas with Manapul, he can do that, but in this book in particular, like that scene you're talking about with him leaning up against the fence, it looks like a painting.
Yeah.
Like.
Whereas
in
Flash, you could almost feel J.J. Abrams shaking the camera.
Yeah.
If you've heard that story about Star Trek, where J.J. would go up and like shake the cameraman to get a bit more shakiness to it, you can almost feel that in that book. So the plot of this one is that Lois has invited Bruce and Diana over for dinner because she thinks that the Trinity have to bond and become like a team once again. And I think one of the things I want to say about this, I love that this starts small like this. It starts with a personal connection rather than Justice League, which started with, there's a giant alien thing and we all have to fight it. And
yeah, and that's what this book should be. It should be them teaming up to take on big threats that require Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman. But over the last couple of years, we've lost that they were friends, and like Bruce and Clark would meet up for lunch or whatever when they could get it. And I feel like this book is going to be able to balance both.
Yeah, this is what I wanted from Justice League. Like, I wanted them to see them interact with the new Superman and like get to know him.
Yep.
And we just didn't get that outside of 2 panels.
Well,
really?
I was fine with them not doing that in Justice League because I assumed they were going to do it here. So I wasn't really fussed about them not doing it there. Justice League just has its own problems that we'll get to.
Yeah, not to jump ahead. After that first arc of Justice League, I fully know what it is now, and I know what to expect. Like, it's an action movie to this is going to be a much more human element.
Justice League is directed by Michael Bay, and this is directed by Duncan Jones or someone like that.
I was going to say Jeff Nichols.
That's
pretty more appropriate.
Yeah. Fair enough.
So we get the personal aspect, and I love that because nothing really happens in this, and I mean that in a good way. Like, it's a conversation between the three of them, and Lois and John.
Well, it's worth pointing out that
Superman.
Lois is the narrator of the book. Everything's from Lois's perspective, and she's talking about them how they can do great things and they can be this and they can be that. And I like that it starts from that perspective, because it makes them feel bigger. It's like the human being is talking, even though Bruce is a human as well, but he's Batman. Like
he's larger than life though.
Yeah.
Like, even to Lois, who's a newswoman that's seen everything, Batman still has that air to him.
Yeah. Lots of fun moments. John using his X-ray vision and seeing like it's Batman through the through the door, and then like panicking and accidentally heat blasting him.
Yeah. Oh, and what about Wonder Woman showing up with a wild boar across the shoulder?
just on the doorstep.
Yeah. And when he looks through with his X-ray and he sees the skeleton of the boar, and it's like, what the heck?
Do you know what I like about it as well? It starts off with like Batman and Wonder Woman showing up in costume and these wonderful 2-page spreads, and they're talking about, or Lois is talking about things happening, and it's almost teasing like there is going to be like a big like confrontation or something. But then, oh no, they're getting dressed for dinner, and she's got a boar because it's an offering. It's like, here, some people bring wine, I brought a boar.
Yeah, because she's Wonder Woman, and that's
what
she
it tastes good.
Oh, I'm sure. You ever had wild boar? It's delicious.
I haven't, but I'd love to.
Why did I get the feeling that Lois didn't have time to prepare and cook the boar? She probably had something else on the go.
Maybe Clark just heat visions it.
True.
So when you have 2 men in your life that can heat vision, the oven's obsolete.
How about we not... John almost killed Batman, and he's already killed a cat. Let's not let him be using the heat vision willy-nilly now, okay?
Well, I mean, if he's going to practice, I think a boar brought to him by Wonder Woman is probably the best thing to practice on.
It's probably a very good exercise in controlling the intensity.
Yeah.
You gotta cook without burning.
So there's some great dialogue between them. I love OG Superman, like, recalling a memory of, like, his Batman. Because, don't get me wrong, I am convinced that by the time Rebirth's done, we're going to have this merging of like memories and things, and people will remember things. But I loved him bringing up the rainbow batsuit, and Bruce being like, I have no recollection of this. I would never do this. What are you talking about?
I see, but I also like the fact that could be played for comedy, as Bruce going, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
We don't talk about that.
I almost love the idea that maybe in the cupboard, in the closet somewhere back home, there's a rainbow batsuit, and he's like, I need to burn that. All evidence must be destroyed.
I loved how the Rainbow Batman panel was like all muted, the colours. Like it was like old newspaper style print, just to show how it was that like long ago sort of thing.
Yeah.
Lois bonding with Wonder Woman was fun.
I love that line where it goes from rivals to sisters, because New 52 Superman was the romantic with Wonder Woman, not this Superman. So I like that they put all that to end. Yeah. So.
Yeah, well, that's why Lois brings it up, because she thinks there might be like an awkward thing because this Superman was dating her, and it's so funny how she's narrating the book, but she almost has our perspective of that. It's like, yeah, that was weird and kind of awkward, and now can we please just fix this? Thank you.
Let's move on. Yeah.
Although I will say this, I have seen a very vocal minority on the internet who loves Superman, Wonder Woman from New 52, and are very upset that we don't have Superman and Wonder Woman together anymore.
You can do that with Batman. Like, Batman can have all, Catwoman and Talia, but I just feel like Clark is a one-woman type dude.
I feel like,
I didn't even have a problem with the idea of it. It's just that the stories were boring. If the stories had been good, I'd have been fine with it.
Well, yeah, for that short time, like when we got that awesome cover with the kiss that they turned into a statue, for a moment, that was great, but like Connor said, over the course, like, I didn't feel like the relationship was something that Clark needed to go to Wonder Woman. Like, either way, if they were dating or not dating, they were just friends. A lot of the things that happened, she would have backed him up on. Yeah. So, but it was good for Manapul as a creator to finally just put that to bed. And, it was weird, but it's in the past now.
Yeah. That's fine. Like, I think it's something you have to be used to as a comics fan, that every so often there'll be something that happens that just kind of doesn't work, and they kind of have to sweep it under the rug later, and you're willing to let them do that. Sweep it under the rug. Let's move on. The issue was very good. We're obviously all very, very happy with it. Obviously, the ending does tease what the conflicting plot might be of some kind. It's very weird. I'm not entirely sure what it's saying. It's like they hear something. Clark hears something in the barn. Opens the barn door, and he sees either his childhood or the New 52 Superman's childhood.
Whatever it was, it dealt with the Kents, because it causes him to, like, a flashback. That's how I took it.
Yeah, I thought it was like his...
It was reminding him of the Kents.
Okay. So you think he's getting like a vision of a flashback because of what
I was wondering maybe this is more connected to Rebirth than we thought, and this is the beginning of that merging that you were talking about.
Oh yeah, maybe
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
If we get this as the Kents coming back somehow through some machinations, I'm gonna be doing backflips on this podcast.
You're committing to that right now.
No.
You can buy a crash pad if you want.
I'm using it as a metaphor.
No.
I'm not that nimble.
Matt promised a backflip.
No. He promised backflips.
Okay, multiple. At least 2.
All right, I'm gonna have to get a trampoline in here and raise the roof clearance. I'll see what I can do. But yeah, like I'm not fully expecting it, but when I turn that page, and I just at the barn, like I equate the barn with the Kent farm, you know?
Yeah.
And this isn't the Kent farm because they're not in Smallville; they're in Hamilton County.
I'm amazed you remembered what town they're in, because I can't.
Yeah. Well,
that was a very key part of Superman this week.
Yeah.
Okay.
but yeah, I mean they're in basically upstate New York for all intents and purposes. Metropolis is like, New York of the future, so they're kind of upstate instead of Kansas. So, but yeah, if that's what it gets to, and like you guys were saying, we get Batman remembering like adventures with Superman.
See,
like this Superman.
If Batman remembers his friendship with Superman, but also starts remembering other things, it will be exciting.
Yeah. Yep. See, that would be great, but even if he never does remember those things, I'll still be okay because they're clearly developing a new friendship.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, you put that on there. Like I came into comics with Teen Titans and Batman, Superman. So like I like that relationship that Loeb told with Batman and Superman, where they are friends first and co-workers second. And I would like to see it go back to that, but if it never does, that's cool because they still have
It'll be interesting to see if Lois is narrating the entire first arc, like if she's the constant narrator for the whole thing.
It'll be cool, like if they go to Gotham and we get Superman and Wonder Woman from Alfred's point of view. Oh
yeah, like if
same kind of deal.
Yeah, if issue 2 is like Alfred's perspective of the 3 of them.
I mean, if you could do that, if it was say a 5-issue arc, you'd do 1 issue each of the Trinity. And then have like maybe bookend it with Lois and Alfred.
Yeah. Look at us mapping things out, and I'm sure Manapul's laughing.
See, this is what happens when the book is really, really, really good.
Yeah. Also, how good is Manapul's rendition of the cheetah thing?
Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, so Wonder Woman actually brings up her first arc from her book.
Yep.
Which is cool because it connects everything and makes it feel like it's set in a place and.
If you like that kind of thing, that comic universes tie into each other and aren't just standalone, crazy thought,
But we do. So yeah, it was really nice. But yeah, it was nice to see that exact same moment from Wonder Woman, like from a completely different artist perspective in this book. So,
God, I love Manapul's art.